What's up, guys? Welcome into another Walking Dead Road to Survival video. This is your host, Just Call Me Tex, and I'm back, and we're getting ready to talk about something that's been going on in the community as of late with the release of a couple of new, what we would call OP toons. And I found something interesting, just normally what I do reading through Reddit on the Walking Dead Road to Survival subreddit and just trying to see what's going on here. And I came across an interesting post, and I want to be able to help you guys fight through the Zachary and Uncle Sam meta because there are ways around it. And we're going to look at a couple teams that I've built for them. So let's go ahead and get into it. So here's what we have here from the subreddit. The question was dealing with the opinions of this weekend. So we have Zachary Ward. So it was a poll. There was 96 people that voted on the poll. This is a shout out to Dance for the Smokers, who obviously created this poll here. But it's very interesting. So we have that around 44 people, a little less than half said that, you know, they hated Zachary and tunes around him are too OP. 31 people said they were ready to uninstall the game. 5 loved it, had no problem with hitting. And I have Zachary, no problems here. So you have definitely a mixed group of responses here and things of that nature. So what is interesting about Zachary is that he does have a 30%, I believe it's he does 30% bleed on his from his attack stat or health stat, one of those, and it can be very overwhelming if you're trying to go up against him and you don't have the right toon set and things of that nature. But there are direct counters in the game that we've seen so far as well. And then we have a comment here where it talks about this a person, Idiot Prodigy, says it's obviously they don't play test anything. Zachary is ridiculously overpowered, hitting 5 for 20k bleed for 2 full turns is crazy given where we are in the mythic era. And that first sentence is a very powerful one. Shout out to him for this post, because Zachary having almost 20-30k bleed, you know, for 2 turns is absolutely ridiculous. He can definitely wipe a team, you know. So normally you do like 3 toons and things of that nature, you know, but the fact that he can be able to do that to 5 toons is definitely very powerful. So what we have here is we have Lady Greek, who's a moderator here on the subreddit, and she said Marge, Mercer, Scotsman are all direct counters, and you can use Mackenzie as a soft counter. Mercer and Mercer versus Mercer, add Marge to your team. So, you know, this is something that we definitely need to deal with. And we need to deal with this because a lot of people are struggling. They're wondering, well, how do you stop this guy? And this is what you need to do in order to be able to stop him. So I'm gonna go ahead, go in game, and we're gonna go to the team. We're gonna go to his counter, and then we're gonna show you just who you can use to be able to stop him. So let me go ahead and get my roster up here. And this is the team that I have been using to go directly against Zachary, Uncle Sam build teams. This is who you want to use, okay? Now, I have sub Cal in here. I will take Cal out. I'll show you another variation of this team as well. This is a free to play built team. So let me go ahead and put Ivanova in here because I have been using her quite a bit on the free to play scale. So you could put Ivanova in here and use Ivanova because she does a lot of damage against those blue toons, and you could set her up correctly and she'll do damage towards the yellow toons as well. But the most important toon in this team as one of the counter teams is the Scotsman. Why is the Scotsman important? Okay, if you don't have him, he is available in the roadmaps. You just need to go to the roadmaps and start farming him. You definitely need to get the Scotsman. The S-Class toons are not going nowhere, so you're gonna need him because he is a beautiful counter to Zachary. Here's why he is so good. Let's go ahead and focus in on the Scotsman. Let's just look at his weapon just to start off, right? So it says, when being attacked, if this character dies, teammates regain 100% of their max HP and recover from bleed, burn, and maim. So if Scotsman's gonna die first turn, everybody's gonna get their HP because nobody on your offense is gonna be dead, and everybody's gonna recover from bleed. So he, after the first turn, is going to deal with Zachary straight on. Now, here's the next key. His skill. What you need to level up is his recovery skill from all penalties. Why? Turn 1, it goes off turn 1, turn 2 cooldown, number of uses 5, but the skill is what's very important. It says up to 3 other teammates recover from all penalties. This character gains 100% AP. So turn 1, 3 people are gonna regain from heal, and maybe all 5 are not bleeding. I've been playing, and on a very consistent basis, all I've seen mostly was like 3 toons. It has been 5 a couple of places here and there, but mostly it's been 3 toons. And guess what? It's been working. It's been working out very, very, very well. So the Scotsman is one of the counters in the game, right? And you could use him, especially when they're running behind Zeke defenses and things of that nature. He is going to be very, very well. You can also put a reflect mod on him. As you can see, I didn't have a reflect mod on, but you could put a reflect mod on him, and he'll definitely even, once being attacked, he'll possibly take a toon out as well too. So you could definitely do that there when it comes to the Scotsman. Now, the Scotsman is just one way to be able to get around that. Now, okay, I don't have Ivanova, all right? Maybe you don't have her. Well, you can use in this team as well. Yumiko will work very well too in that team. If you don't have like a Michonne or somebody of that nature, you can also use a Andrea. Andrea will work in this team as well. Alpha will work as well too. It's just a little bit slower, but those some of the toons that you can be able to fit into the team, and that team will work out and do a boatload of damage to the other team. So you can be able to take those teams down with Zachary and Uncle Sam on those teams. The reason why I say plug Ivanova into this team is because Ivanova has one of the best controls in the game. What is that control? She confuses, all right? So if you take Ivanova and you go ahead, you could put a double attack rampage weapon on her. That's fine. You could put 1535, surround her with 1535s. Almost always she is going to hit for a crit, and when she hit for a crit, you can be able to stop Uncle Sam from going off as well. So let's go ahead and just look at Yumiko in action. I'm gonna go ahead and go to a raid just to show you how you can be able to counter this. So we have a team up here. I'm not gonna finish the raid, but I just want to show you. If you look here at Yumiko's thing, you see that this is glowing, right? What you'll also see is that Scotsman Retribution is ready to go, and so is Wayland's disarm, right? So if I attack somebody with Wayland, he crit, and what you see is the disarm work. Now, before it was lighting up, it was glowing. It's not glowing anymore, therefore he can't use it anymore at that turn, right? Now, here's what's interesting. Yumiko is lit up here, so I'm gonna try to attack Ezekiel so that when I attack Ezekiel, he should get confused, right? So you attack, it didn't happen, all right? It didn't go off, but what you'll see is that when this is lit up like this, it's a chance that he can definitely go ahead and be confused. Now, Sandy, for example, now you see before her collateral was dark, now it's red. So if I hit somebody, right, her collateral now goes off, right? And you can also see that with the Scotsman. So what the Scotsman is going to do here is, if I go ahead and hit recovery, right, now he is ready to go. He's going to die though. But what you'll see is that whenever you face Zachary, 3 toons are going to automatically recover from bleed, right? And we're just going to attack here. Bam. So what you'll see is he's dead. Now, also the reflect work. And what is even beautiful is that he has retribution. So look at what he's did. Sandy is almost ready to go. Negan is almost ready to go. Waylon is ready to go, and Yumiko is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and attack with Waylon, and Waylon now it has given AP to Negan and Sandy, so they're ready to go. So what I'll do is I'm going to attack with Yumiko right there. Bam, she took out 2 toons, and then we're just going to finish off the rest of the people with Sandy, and then we do have Negan as well to help clear off anybody else that's left over. And bam, that's how the team will technically work in theory. So that is one team that you can be able to use to absolutely shut down the Zachary and the Uncle Sam team. Now, here is the second team that you can be able to use to shut down Zachary and Uncle Sam. Now, this is a team that I will typically use when they're using somebody like a Mercer lead. Okay, I try to counter with the Mercer lead. Obviously, my Andrea is out of territories right now, but this is another team that I will use as well. So we're going to take her out of the list, and we're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to throw another control toon in there, which is Yumiko. Yumiko works very well in that team as well, so you could throw Yumiko in there. And now here's what's going to happen and how this team is going to work in theory. So we'll go ahead, we'll take this team in, right? Because this team is a direct counter. Let's go ahead and find somebody else. So this is how the team will work for, say, in theory. So now we've come across a Zachary, Uncle Sam. They're all stunned. What we want to do is, as you can see, there's bleed right here on Connor. There's bleed on Marge. We're going to go ahead and we're going to clean the bleed. This is what he does turn 1. We clean the bleed. Now, on top of that, they cannot be stunned for 2 turns, which is beautiful. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use Connor's special. All right. And we'll go over what Connor's special does after this. He's ready to rush turn 1. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead. As you can see, this is lit up. We want to try to get control. It didn't work. That is okay. We got that collat didn't work. That's okay. But we also, what you see is that these toons here are not able to use their actives, right? That's very important. That's why Connor is important. And we're going to talk about these toons that you need as well. So Marge, we're just going to attack here, right? They're stunned. We get to go again now. Now, I'm going to go ahead with Connor. Everybody has AP. We're going to go here with Yumiko. There we go. We got the crit. It should be confounded. If it did, yes, there we go. And then now I'm going to go ahead here and I'm going to start attacking Zachary, right? So this is what you want to do. This is how the team works in theory. So they're going to be able to get a turn to go now. They're down. That is okay. So what you'll do is we'll go ahead here with Yumiko and attack. We got the nice confuse going. All right, Connor, Sandy. So what Connor will do is on this team, when, you know, obviously it's, what Connor is going to do on that team is, had we kept Connor special, we would have been able to just use a special and resurrect Marge and Mercer there. We would have been able to resurrect them. So you could be able to take this team. What it does is it'll clean this off. Like normally I have Andrea in here. She does tons of damage. You can switch Andrea out, Michonne, different toons that you have. They'll do tons of damage. What the theory is to show you that turn 1 with Mercer, he's a counter. He clears, right? Connor also for 2 turns does, and I'm going to show you what that is. Connor for 2 turns. He gives crosshairs, so if you take somebody out, you could even switch this up. If you don't have Mercer, once again, you could use the Scotsman on his team. That will work as well with clear the bleed. You can do that as well too. And something that's unique about the team as well is Marge. So with Marge, what you'll see is that with her weapon at the beginning of each wave, this character and up to 4 teammates get 100% stun for 1 turn and guardian shield, right? And then on her skill as well, this needs to be leveled up. I just didn't level it up. It's fine. We're going to do that now. But on Marge's skill, Turn 1, this character and up to 2 other teammates recover from all penalties and get 100% bleed and infection resistance. So Marge is gonna play that role that the Scotsman plays as well. She is absolutely beautiful and her weapon work. This S-class toons is the ones that you want to be able to use, and these toons is going to help you defeat Zachary and defeat those Uncle Sam teams. It's gonna work like magic. They're pretty good. I've seen them, people use these in war. I've used them, my teammates use them, things of that nature. So this is one way to be able to help you get around and lighten that load of Zachary and Uncle Sam. Yes, those toons, they are very, very high toons when it comes to their abilities and things of that nature. Is very good. I mean, besides that bleed, Zachary is an average toon, right? And Uncle Sam is definitely, with his set, is a very OP-ish toon. So definitely you'll be able to see that with those two, but there are counters, okay? And what you'll see is that how this team is built, we also have a confused weapon here, all right? Because you want to have some control as much as possible. Yumiko, she normally would have 1535 or something like that. She has a double attack. That's gonna work for control. But when we look at Connor is a very special toon, and you want to get your hands on him too. Turn 1 with Connor, up to 5 enemies get dazed and crosshairs for 2 turns. So that's why they weren't able to go ahead and use their actives. He shuts that down. He's really good. And you can put a absolute defense weapon in his hand. This is the Oh Jesus Robust Silent Maximum 9 weapon, and alert buffs, you know, to be able to give you those buffs there as well too. 10% to all his other teammates. So the team is constructed very well, and we already know that Mercer himself is going to cleanse that bleed turn 1, things of that nature. Marge gives the overshield, and then you have 2 very strong attack toons. You technically don't need Connor in this team. He is here for days and to res, because he res 2 toons, right? So, you know, if you keep him alive, he'll constantly keep resing these toons. This is why he's good. I would say to max him out, to try to keep him up as much as possible. I think that he could definitely work there. In theory, you want to try to get his S-class. He is also available on the roadmap along with Marge and along with Mercer, so you can get all of them from the roadmap to be able to do it. So this is what you need to do to be able to defeat these Zachary teams. You can do it. I believe in you. I've done it. You've seen me do it on my past live stream as well. It's easy to do. Thank you for the community coming together, helping me with understanding and helping me develop this team as well too. You know, these are ways to get around it. Whenever a new meta comes in, we're always sent into a shock, but we have very, very smart community that help us all get through it. So hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. This is your boy Just Call Me Tex. This is how you get through Zachary. Peace.